BookTube. This is Sagalong 2020. The first 2 weeks we did the Saga of Laxardal. It's a valley in Iceland. I'm using this volume, wonderful Penguin Deluxe Edition. I think a lot of us are using it. So that first saga was a rather long family saga, and I very, very much enjoyed it, and enjoyed the videos of my co-hosts for this. Because of my work schedule, originally I planned to read Njal's saga, probably one of the most famous of all the Icelandic sagas, rather long compared to most of them, but because of my work schedule, I'm just not going to be able to pull it off. So I picked one of the tales in this. These are shorter sagas, and figured that way I can keep reading and keep enjoying and learning about these, but not put so much pressure on myself to fly through something that I'm not going to be able to enjoy as much as I should. So I picked the saga. This one is The Tale of Thorstein Staffstruck. It's not very long. Let me see if they say who translated this. Right here. It is translated by Anthony Maxwell. And it is a story. There's a father and son who live on a large but rather poor farm. The father, let me get his name. The father is Thorin, and he is a aged, nearly blind, fierce Viking. He's been very, very powerful and well-known and feared in his youth. He now lives on the farm, and his son is Thorstein, who's a very big, powerful man, but more even-tempered than his legendary father, and a hard worker. It does the work of 3 men. Most of their money, their income, comes from horses, studs. They're well known for raising excellent horse flesh, and this hinges the tale because there's also something called horse fighting, which I found a little shocking. But why would you take risks of a creature which you have so much invested in, and something as dangerous as horse fighting? And there's a nearby farm, and let me get this. This is a farm owned by Bjarni. Some of his men bring over a horse, a fight set up. They see that the horse is going to lose to Thorstein's horse, and one of the men strikes Thorstein in the head, right in the, and it's pretty gruesome. The man who did this was called Thord. He was an employee of Bjarni. Hit Thorstein in the head so hard that they say the skin dropped over his eye. Yuck. But even-tempered Thorstein holds it in place, doesn't really do much about it. People call him a coward because of it. They call him Thorstein Staffstruck. So in other words, he's noted for getting bonked in the head. Well, you can imagine what happens when his fierce old Viking father finds out about this. It's a matter of honor. He's not happy. And he belittles his son when he finally does find out. And then it's like many sagas. It's a matter of honor, back and forth with the killings. Thord is killed, and then we go back, and Bjarni decides, because he's getting egged on by his guys for not doing anything about it, he sends 2 of his men, and Thorstein, who has inherited his father's abilities, even though he's not a warlike person, sends both bodies back on a horse, and it just goes back and back. Finally, it's decided in going to be decided on this hill in single combat between Bjarni, who is a legendary warrior himself, and Thorstein, whose father was. But Thorstein is very, very strong. He'd been a hard worker all his life, and it starts to tell. It wears down the warrior than Bjarni. And finally, when they realize this is just going to go on forever, a deal is struck. And when Bjarni goes into the home to tell the old man, first he tells the old man that he'll take care of him at his farm and that his son died an honorable death. The old man tries to trick him to get close because even old and almost blind and shaky, he has a spear ready to go. That's just his nature. And at the last moment, Bjarni realizes what's going on, steps back, tells him the truth that basically it was a standoff between him and his son. His son is going to go back. Thorstein is going to go back and live with Bjarni and be almost like a son to him. So it does end peacefully, and the father's taken care of and all that. But and then it goes into a little bit, which I'm seeing with a lot of these sagas, how at the end of his life, Bjarni, who's now sort of shifted to be the focus away from Thorstein, which is a little odd, he accepts the new religion, Christianity, later in life, ends up being very devout, makes his way to Rome, and then is buried, not in Iceland, but let me see here, it was, he was buried in Veteri, a city not far this side of Rome. And then it goes in, as a lot of them do, it goes into a vast genealogy that includes the epic writer himself, Snorri Sturluson. So a fascinating story, rather short, which is nice. Sometimes you need that to fit into the schedule. A little bit of insight into that, again, that transitional period between the old religion and the new, the import and impact of honor, the fact that a lot of times the combatants are goaded into doing to seek revenge and just a role of honor. So I will also do another short one next week. I am not caught up on all the other Sagalong videos or what everyone's doing. Hopefully I didn't do one somebody else has done. I've tried to prevent that with some messages, but we'll see how that works out. So I hope you all have a good weekend. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm going to go out and have some fun. Thank you, BookTube.